Hi everybody. Today we are doing a workshop done by Nancy Rode originally, given to us by Margaret Wolf, who was going to do the workshop, but unfortunately she's not feeling very well and has had to take a step back. So we really hope she gets well soon. And I'm sure that many of the club members are thinking of you. Beginning, I just wanted to show you guys some of the printable fabric that is available at Walmart and other craft stores. This is one I picked up at Walmart, and I printed this out with the cupcake pattern just off my Photoshop off my computer. So I did it at home, and I'm really proud of it. Today we're going to be making a original apron, pot holder, and oven mitt from a tutorial by Nancy Rode. Just starting off, I've already taken the apron off the pattern. All of you should have that in an email. It was sent out, and we're just cutting out the pattern of the apron. This is a super easy make, and it looks lovely in your miniature kitchen. So let's get going. You can either use your pinking shears to make a nice scallop pattern at the bottom of your fabric, or you can fold it in, whatever you decide.
I think it looks really nice with the sculpted end with the pinking shears. That looks really good.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Lisa. Okay, so next off, I'm just taking the fabric off the backing. It's much easier to keep that on when you cut it with the scissors. So now that we're finished cutting, I've taken it off, and we're ready to add our tie and our collar. The fabric should be about 10 inches long, or excuse me, your embroidery thread should be about 10 inches long. And I'm just sizing up the neck piece, trying to, and figuring out where the sides are going to go. When the thread cooperates with me, we'll get the glue on there and try it again. So first, I did try the E7000 glue, and unfortunately, it just wasn't sticking like I wanted it to. I found that Aleene's tacky glue worked a little bit better on the fabric, even though the E7000 is great for plastic pieces of all kinds, and clay, anything like that. But for the fabric, yeah, not so much. I was definitely having a hard time with it, getting the fabric to roll over for me. But this glue has a really nice tip, and it comes out so excellent that I just had to try it first. Just putting on the edges, and then we're going to roll that over and secure the thread inside the apron. So now I was just trying again with a toothpick and the Aleene's tacky glue to see if that would hold it a little bit better. Was definitely having a problem with the same corner over and over again. So I know this might be a little bit fiddly and a little bit trying, guys, but just keep at it and you'll get it, just like I did in the end. The good thing about the Aleene's tacky glue is that it definitely grips quicker and it dries clear, so it works really well with the fabric. And there we go. I finally have managed to glue it. And we can move on to our next step. And just trimming the ties on my apron. I was just sizing it up. You might want to do it a little bit more professionally than I did, but I just was flying by the seat of my pants. And there we have our finished piece almost. Now it's just up to you what you want to do with it. Depending on if you have a printed fabric or a plain one, you might want to paint it. You might want to use some 3D jewels like I did. You might want to use some lace, some bows, some ribbon, lots of different ideas and different ways you can go with this. And yeah, you can just decorate it any way you want. I think Lisa prefers a kiss the cook type apron.
Yeah, like if you did it in white and then you
Yeah.
wrote Kiss the Cook on it.
That would be super cute.
I like that bow too. That's cute.
I like the bow and I love the lace, but this is a pretty patterned fabric, so I kept it fairly simple. And I think in the end, I decided to use a rose.
That's really pretty with the lace too, isn't it?
Yeah. Any type of ribbon. Yeah, really anything goes with this. And here's the rose. This is what I chose to adorn with my apron with. I'm going to put it just up in the top. And I think it looks really cute, especially with the rose cupcakes on there. And you can also put a pocket. You can use a square or a heart-shaped pocket. I chose a heart-shaped pocket. Just cut it out to size and peel off the backing. And just make sure you leave one side at the top unglued. After all, it is a pocket.
That looks really cute.
All right, so if you want to add some folds to your apron to give it some life, you're going to do that. Oh, geez, sorry about that. It looks like my pups are banging the table. I wasn't sure if that was just me or what. Anyways, there they go again. Hopefully they don't keep doing that. Anyways, we are putting down the foam core and laying the apron on it and folding it in formation with the pins. I'm just using a paintbrush to put my folds in and holding them, securing them down with the sewing pin. And I'm just doing that anywhere I think would be appropriate.
So the next step is just to wet the fabric down with some water, just to give it the natural fold look. And then you can either use tacky glue watered down, or in this case, we're using Fabric Fusion. And we're just going to put Fabric Fusion on it and make sure that it's done very evenly. Don't worry about it. It will dry clear.
So this way, once you've dried it, you can take the pins off and the folds will remain in formation just as you've done it. And it'll look just like you want it to. Okay, so now we are doing the pot holder. We cut it out already, but we're just taking a 1/2 inch by 1/2 inch square and cutting out a piece of felt and a piece of fabric and gluing them together.
So first of all, we got to take the backing off of the fabric. And there you go. This is the gluing of the fabric to the felt. And that'll make the little pot holder nice and thick and actually feel like a real pot holder.
It does. It does actually feel very real. We've already made a little loop in our embroidery floss. And we're just going to try and secure that around the pot holder the best we can. Alien Tacky Glue is going to be our champion of the day.
Absolutely. I love this stuff.
Yeah. You got to use a fair bit of it. It's going to end up pretty thick to get the string to adhere. But keep trying. It took me a minute or two to get it wrapped around the edges. But I did manage to do it in the end. Look how cute that is. That is so super special to me. I love it.
Turned out really good. So cute.
Yeah. And here's the finished product. Isn't that adorable? What do you think, Lisa?
I love it.
Yeah. It's so super cute and tiny.
I need an orange one for my kitchen.
Aw. Yeah, I like how this one turned out.
Excellent.
Okay. Next up is our oven mitt. This is the pattern. And what we're doing is taking our fabric and folding it in half and making sure that the edge of the mitt is on our fold so that when we open it, we will have 2 halves for our mitt attached at the one fold.
Okay, so make sure your scissors are good and sharp. It's a little easier to cut this fabric that Natasha printed than it is to cut just regular fabric, but of course you can use any fabric for this particular project. Of course, it's got to be kind of the same cotton blend
consistency.
yeah
Yeah.
for sure. So
But yeah, just to get the little fiddly bits out of the inside of the thumb can be kind of difficult if you don't have some sharp scissors and some good fabric.
okay, so here's the inside of the oven mitt that's cut out of felt.
And we're just going to place that inside the oven mitt with some glue and get it situated.
So that'll add some bulk to the oven mitt and actually make it feel like a real oven mitt.
Yeah, most definitely. We're just trimming off a little bit of the edge there, and then we're going to be ready to glue it down.
Okay, so then you fold it in half and you glue it together, and voila.
It wasn't quite that easy.
Well,
Thank goodness for Lisa's editing.
yeah,
But the finished product is definitely worth it.
through the process of editing, we can make anything look good. Eh? Okay.
But yeah, all together here, we're just doing some lace edging on the mitt.
Yeah, I think that really adds something to it, that little piece of lace.
Yeah, it's so cute. And it's a little bit shabby chic, a little bit old fashioned.
That's kind of your style for your dollhouse for sure, hey?
Yeah. And it is unglued, of course, at the end. So if you have a doll small enough, you can probably fit it on its hand. Or you can make the glove bigger.
So cute.
And we're just adding a little bow too, because we're just like that.
Aw, that looks really sweet.
So I just used a blow dryer to dry my fabric, but you can leave it if you want for 24 hours, let it dry by itself. The effect is going to be the same. As long as it's dried, the adhesive will maintain the form that you've left it in. So
Excellent.
yeah.
The other thing that I would say is if you want, you can also use some fabric fusion along the edges of it. So
Yeah,
that
to stop it from fraying.
Yeah.
Most definitely. And a lot of cotton will do that to you, so it's a good tool to have in your arsenal.
And if you don't have fabric fusion, again, watered down tacky glue will do the same thing.
Yeah. So here's our finished pieces, and I think they look absolutely wonderful. They're going to look great in my dollhouse, and I hope that you guys have created some really amazing pieces as well.
Yeah, and the nice thing about this project is you can do it any color to match any kitchen for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, so thanks, Lisa.
Yeah, thanks, Natasha. I love the way this looks. I love the rose on it. It's really, really, really super pretty.
Yeah, I love it too. So this is an apron that I bought, I think, about 12 years ago, and I've just had it in my stash. I did not make the fabric, obviously. I did not sew it by hand.
Whoever made that really did a beautiful job.
She sure did. Yeah, she sewed that by hand. And I certainly can do that, but you guys can do that at home if you want, but that's a whole nother tutorial.
Love the little buttons on it. Those are so cute. And the ones you made out of Fimo,
Yeah,
those are great.
I did make those buttons out of Fimo, and it really, really simple. Just use a little hole punch, and a needle.
Wow. Very neat. Very neat indeed.
Yeah, just another way you can finish your apron.
Well, thank you very much for watching this today.
Yeah, we really appreciate it. I know that it's a little bit shaky, guys, but it's just my first tutorial, and I hope that you guys will stick around with me as I get better.
And I'm sure you will. And if you have questions for Natasha, we'll do that as soon as this video concludes.